Da ønsker vi velkommen til et nytt program på Visjon Norge på Israelkanalen. Og vi har program nummer 2 med Nati Rom. Han er settler og bor i Samaria og har veldig mange opplevelser derfra. Han lever et kummerlig liv, men han er altså leder for en hel bataljon med mennesker som har slått seg ned i Samaria. I said you are a leader of a lot of people that have settled down in Samaria, and you hope to be so many people that you can call it a city or something.
The last part, it's true. We are hoping to be a city, but leaders, it's a grassroots movement. It's less leader and things like that. We were 4 young people who started, we call it the hilltop, some hilltops, some villages. And thanks God, today we are in the place that we were 4 young people in a car. Now there is more than 120 families and children. And we of course hope to be big cities.
Han sier at selvfølgelig håper de å kunne bli en by, og mange bor fremdeles i karavaner og sånn, men de holder på å bygge. Nati har en veldig spesiell personlig historie. I say you have a very special personal story. You were a young boy, and did you participate in the army?
Yeah, we were. I went to College of Rabbis, and I went to the army. And when we were, it's called the duty service. And for us, it was a privileged service to go and serve in the IDF, in the Israel Defense Force, to defend the people of Israel. And after we finished this service, we decided that we want to continue. We need to take a decision if we are going to travel in the world, as a lot of Israelis does, in India or in places like this, or we are going to college or to do some business, or we are going to continue to do important things. And we felt that we have still energy to continue and to do things for Israel. So we opened the map and we saw that there is a big place next to Shiloh, the ancient Shiloh, where the capital of Israel, where the tabernacle stood there for many years. Hundreds of acres of government land that nobody lived there, and we decided that we want to establish villages over there, to reconnect ourselves and to show that Am Israel, the people of Israel, don't forget those holy land of this holy land of Israel.
Han var i hæren, som alle andre, og syntes det var et privilegium å få lov å tjene sitt land. Og etter verneplikten så bestemte de seg for, noen av dem, å fortsette. Inntil de da åpnet et kart og fant ut at Samaria var regjeringens land, altså det var Israel, og det var ingen som bodde der. Så then you decided to settle down and to, can you just catch the land without paying anything?
We will be happy to pay. It was an empty land. Nobody wants this land, I think. It was an empty land with stones. And we went there and we lived in a car for a long period, more or less like a year. Everybody thought we are crazy, that we are, after the military you go to do something with yourself. You go to a hilltop in Samaria without nobody around you, without electricity, without water, with terror around us. Many of our friends were killed by Arabs and terrorists. We have a terrible period of intifada and terror, especially when the Oslo Agreement time. Before the Oslo Agreement, I remember we had a relationship with the Arabs. We were drinking coffee together. We were exchanging knowledge and agriculture tips. People were invited. People were driving in the same taxi with the Arabs. And after the so-called Nobel Prize to this arch-terrorist Yasser Arafat and others, so it's changed everything. And Intifada came, and the terror was very, very strong in those days.
So in the beginning it was peace.
I don't say this, they always didn't like Jews in the history, but it was more quiet. When they felt they can be the owners and to win this land, they became more radical and more terrorist and tried to kill us. When they see the terror, they have a price when they start to behave as terrorists, so they continue.
Han sier at til å begynne med så folk trodde de var gale. Det var I stedet for å dra til India og rundt omkring som alle andre unge mennesker gjorde, så slo de seg ned I små biler og bodde der uten vann og uten strøm og uten noen ting. Men han sier at de bodde sammen med araberne, og det var for så vidt ikke noe problem. Det var ikke noe terror der til å begynne med. What initiated the terror?
They hate the Jews, I think.
Yes,
For
but
the
in the
first thing.
beginning they didn't act on it.
Listen, all over they even you see that people hate Jews. You know, Iran want to kill Israel. We are now in the days of Purim. Sunday will be Purim. The story of Esther book. Why Iran want to kill Israel? I don't know Ahmadinejad. He doesn't know me. Why you want to kill me? Because it's an antique, ancient hate to Jews. Once it was Inquisition, it was in the Holocaust, in the Crusades even. And we have here a new kind of anti-Semitic, also in the part of the international communities, the EU, and some communities in the US.
Han sier at grunnen som alltid at vi hater jøder, og han sier at vi vet det fra både holocaust og lenger tilbake, korstogene. Så det ikke noe nytt, og sannsynligvis vil det fortsette å være sånn. How did you get your wife? I think that's a
I took her and I get her.
Moving story. Jeg spurte hvordan han fikk tak I kona si.
I met my wife in a shidduch. It's a kind of a blind date that Rabbi suggests that we will meet.
Is that usual?
Yes, in Orthodox Jew, a lot of time it's we don't go to bars and we don't start with women in the streets. So there is somebody who we're like matching. So they told me about this young woman. My wife has a very special story. When she was 19 years old and 9 months pregnant, her husband, Ami Meshulami, her first husband, was killed in a brave action of rescuing a team who was injured in Lebanon. So I married her. She already have a daughter named Torah. We have now 4 children. This is the story. The first husband, Ami Meshulami, was one of 17 children. A family of 17 children from one mother, of course. And they live in Gush Katif. What's called in English the Gaza Strip, I don't know what, Gush Katif. And when the government of Israel, under pressure of international communities, decided to give this land to the Arabs, to clean it from Jews, so they transferred this family out. They used to live in 2 caravans, 80 square meters. 17 children, and Ami himself were going to bus to school in bulletproof bus, and twice a suicide bomber tried to attack this children bus, and he survived. And there is some video interview with him about this. They live in Etzarim, in a very special, isolated village inside Gaza.
It's already 9 years ago since this Gush Katif. Yeah. It's fantastic. Han sier at han traff henne I det som heter kanskje blind date på norsk, men systemet her er slik at ortodokse jøder, familiene deres forhandler først om sin sønn og sin datter, og så møtes de, og så blir det enten klikk, eller så blir det ikke det, og denne gangen så ble det det. Hans kone var 19 år da hun hadde nettopp mistet mannen sin. Han ble skutt i Libanon, og hun var gravid, og de møttes, og han giftet seg med henne, og de har nå 4 barn. How old are your children?
7, 5, 3, 1.
Okay. That's great.
Thanks God.
Yeah. All of them girls?
All of them girls, yes.
Yeah.
I told my wife that I don't have problem with that if we will have also the same number of boys.
Yeah.
God out.
Yeah. No, but girls are beautiful.
Beautiful, nice. Yes, it's a joy, it's a present.
Han har 4 jenter på 7 og 5 og 3 og 1 år. Og han er enig i at jenter er veldig godt å ha. How does your wife like to live in this uncomfortable life?
It's a combination. It's hard life. It's not simple, but we have also a joy that we are able to do this work, to do this for us, for God, the people of Israel, for all the universe. We have a ritual. In Judaism, after when we go to sleep, we say every night, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, and we say, Hine lo yanum velo yishan shomer Yisrael. The guardian of Israel will not sleep. And for us, and for my wife, especially, to close their eyes every night and to fall asleep. With all the terrible story that we know about the Fogel families and all the terror of the Arabs around, it's a test of belief in God every night. It's not only a ritual that you're saying every night. It's not only a ritual that you say in the synagogues. It's something you must be a very strong believer in order to do that. We are in a hilltop along with 2 families, 3 families. It's not simple to raise children over there, but on the other hand, we've got help. We have a lot of benefits. Our children live with a lot of values, growing up with a lot of values. They're growing up instead of a TV, they're growing up with trees and flowers and animals. It's also, I believe that it will give good things to our children also.
Han sier det er et hardt liv, og hver kveld når de legger seg, så overlater de familien og seg selv til Gud. Og han sier at de kan ikke bo der oppe uten å være sterkt troende. Og det sier seg jo selv. Men i stedet for TV så vokser ungene opp med blomster og dyr og trær og sånn. Og han synes at det er like verdifullt som å sitte og se på TV. Og det er jo mange som kan være enig i det. In Norway, children are getting lazy, and they are sitting before this screen all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, playing plays, looking at the television, and that's more or less their life.
Yes.
And that is more or less meaningless.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this, I always say to my children, the nature and the God presence that He gives us in the nature is it's a wonderful thing to watch and observe. Yes, we can learn from everything about God.
Ja, han sier at han er enig i det, og at ungene her de lærer da om Gud og om Guds beskyttelse, og det er klart at de får en helt annen holdning til livet. Så det kunne vi ønske oss noen hver. You have a lot of stories from your surroundings, bad stories about terrorism, and not only from the Arabs, also from what we can call bad people in Israel.
Yeah, we have a problem. It's not terrorism, God forbid. But we have a problem that a lot of people from our brothers are doing things that we hope them they will stop. But they are not the case. They are just influenced by big pressure that government like Norway government and the EU and the United States are giving on them. People who are not connected to God are very easy to be pushed and to be confused. So we really we need people all around the world to, especially if you support Israel and you are such a unique quality group and a minority, to understand those difference between our people in Israel. As I said, more than 70% of Israelis didn't come to visit in Judea and Samaria. So it's important. Israelis. Yes. They are confused, and we are praying that they will stop being confused, and they will understand that this is our land.
Det er et veldig vakkert land, og han sier at det kommer 70% israelere og besøker dem. Og de får etter hvert øynene opp for hvor vakkert det er. Men han sier at de som styrer, de har ikke noe gudsforhold, og derfor så blir de forvirret. Det står faktisk om det i Bibelen. De lar seg presse av både EU og USA, og gjør dumme ting. Og det er fordi de ikke har noe ordentlig rettesnor inni seg.
We suffer a lot from riots of the Arabs and from a lot of anarchists, people from the left side in Israel and also outside the country. Lately, for example, we have an organization called EAPPI. It's the World Council of Churches, International Council of Churches, who are coming with the Arabs to do riots, to throw stones on us and to cut our trees. And it's all under the name of human rights, and we need to find out who are sponsoring them and why.
That is terrible that church organizations are involving themselves in
I think the world should know that those organizations are working against us with millions of euros from other organizations like the EU. And people want to demolish Israel. And I think here it's a good place to speak about it, because I personally are looking forward. I want to meet the leaders of this organization and to speak with them. Maybe their heart are in the wrong place because they don't know their reality. And we need to show. And they need to explain why they do that, and which name the name of the Bible, and which God they are working for.
Han sier at det er venstresiden i Israel, der fostres det en del rabiate personer, og dessuten så er det pøbel fra utlandet som kommer faktisk for å støtte araberne og gå imot jødene. Og han nevner også da dessverre at det er en del kirkelige organisasjoner som er med på dette i Israel. Og det er jo veldig beklagelig, men sånn er livet. Han sier han vil gjerne møte dem og forsøke å forklare dem hva Bibelen sier om disse områdene. When I was there with you some weeks ago, and we saw a house totally damaged. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
It's a very, very sad story, and I think that we need to. It's also a part of the combat, of the struggles that we have here in Judea and Samaria. A family of 5 children just built their home, a beautiful home. Cost them more than 1 million shekels, more than 200,000 euro. And they built it for a year on the government land, with all the inside the measurement, with inside the place that they are allowed to build. And one sign was missing, and somebody decided to destroy, maybe as a gift to John Kerry, who just came to try again to push this false peace process. And in 10 minutes, the house was demolished. The Minister of Security said it was a mistake. Somebody lied to him, and he didn't know that it's a house and people live there. It's against of the parliament decisions to do those kind of things. And a lot of the people from the parliament and ministers of housing of Israel appeal against it and call people to rebuild it. So, but still, we have a family with 5 children who put all their blood, money, and time in this. Now they don't have where to go, and we need to help them. We need to help them to be strong, because they are the real pioneers. They are the real heroes, and we need to give scholarship to the pioneers in Judea and Samaria, and not to the terrorists in the jails of Israel.
Det var en familie på 5 personer som hadde bygget et nydelig hus, og jeg så bilder av det. Det var et kjempelekkert hus. Og plutselig så var det da noen som kom med en bulldozer og bare feide ned det huset i løpet av 10 minutter. Og ministeriet i Israel beklaget og sa at det var en feiltagelse, men de får ingen erstatning for dette, og nå bor de altså med 5 barn i en campingvogn. Og han sier at de aner ikke hvordan de skal få bygget opp igjen huset sitt. Han appellerer selvfølgelig til alle gode krefter om å gi støtte til at de kan få et nytt hus. Don't you have insurance in Israel?
Not insurance against those kind of things, against government demolition.
Okay.
There is more than 30,000 illegal Arab houses in Judea and Samaria. 30,000, more than 30,000. And in the last 3 years, less than 50 were demolished.
50 of these?
50, less than 50. And also in those 50, the majority is tents or wells or shelters for animals. But somehow Jewish people who build their home in Judea and Samaria are always in a bad situation and risking themselves to be destroyed.
Ja, de har ikke forsikring på samme måte som vi. Jeg går ut fra at forsikringen gjelder ikke på det vi kaller for vestbredden. Derfor så er de nå totalt blakke, faktisk. Og det er en håpløs situasjon, men han sier at det er mange sånne incidenter som dette. Og de står der bare på bar bakke.
Today the lie is so big. The UN, more than 75% of the appeals in the Human Rights Department is against Israel. What about China? What about Syria? What about what is happening in North Korea? What about Yemen and the women's rights in all the Arab countries? 75% is against Israel. This is the new anti-Semitic. They just do all over the universities apartheid week against Israel. What apartheid? Supreme Court judges, Arabs are in the Supreme Court, in the parliament, and everything is focused. This is anti-Semitic. This is the modern anti-Semitic.
Ja, han sier at FN og alle andre organisasjoner de utsteder støtteerklæringer til alt mulig mellom himmel og jord i hele verden, men aldri til israelerne. Han sier at dette er den moderne antisemittisme, og this antisemitism is difficult to catch, so it's even more cruel,
Right?
because you can't blame somebody that they not support you.
Right.
No.
And when it's come in the name of God, of religions, it's more unacceptable, and more you cannot believe that it's happening. It's really unbelievable.
How do you foresee the future?
I always say to myself and to people, the end. Every believer knows that in the end, it will be good. The redemption will come. The question is in the middle, the way. We are praying the way will be fast and sweet. This is what we are trying. As fast we will understand our role and our position, Israel will understand their position in the world and in front of God. This is the fast the redemption will come.
Ja, jeg spurte hvordan han så på fremtiden, og han sier at vi tror på Gud, og vi tror på Bibelen, og vi tror at til slutt så vil allting ordne seg og bli bra. For det er altså de løftene som de hviler på. Det var det. Da sier vi bare tusen takk til Nati. Thank you very much for coming and giving us these interviews, and good luck. Yes.